Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Lehigh Valley Arts Podcast, Backstage. This is Ben, Elizabeth, and Elise reporting live from the Allentown Art Museum's Cocktails and Collecting. The following conversations are interviews that we had with artists, collectors, and patrons. We hope you enjoy.
We're here at Cocktails and Collecting with the MC of the evening, Kate Hughes.
I am so excited to see you here. I like that this is a podcast, so no one knows what we're talking about right now.
I know, it's kind of fun.
But it looks good.
It looks good. It looks very official.
Yes, it is. So we're back. Last year was, you know what happened last year, and we're back. Yeah.
What was that?
We're back. Oh, you remember the pandemic.
Yeah, just casual little detail.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So how is the evening going so
Really
far?
well. They sold a lot of tickets. The artists got to set up pretty early today, and they added an additional day. So they can come back tomorrow, and people can still meet the artists. The DJ's not going to be here, and the food and drinks and things like that, but the arts and the artists will be here the next day. Yeah.
Wonderful. What do you love about Cocktails and Collecting?
That's a very interesting question.
Yeah.
This year in particular, I like to see that there was a lot of new faces that I hadn't seen before, and everyone's dressed up and feeling festive, and I think there's just a really great vibe tonight. And there are a lot of people who are buying art, which is great to see. That's what we're here for.
Absolutely. Wonderful. Well, thank you. That's
it? That was easy.
That's it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Sandra Kapora. I'm an oil painter and a teacher. I teach out of my studio in Bethlehem, and these paintings are a combination of landscapes that I've done in my travels. I have some from a recent trip to Italy, just got back from Tuscany and Florence. I travel all over Ireland, Sicily, the Lehigh Valley. You know, anywhere can inspire a beautiful painting, I think. And then I've also been working very hard to do wonderful figurative and portrait work. And so this is the first time I'm showing figurative work for this event, and I've always shown landscapes primarily. So there are some figurative things. This painting of the barista, it's called Double Espresso, and he was in the south of Italy, and it just struck me, and I really wanted to come home and paint this guy. In some cases, they're from life, so they're you know, people will sit and I'll paint them, which is obviously my preference, but you can't always get someone to sit that long. So I have some other figurative pieces, and this one of the kitty cat, and I've tried to capture the emotion of the subject, or if you see the cat, you get a pretty good clue as to what his personality is, right?
I do, yes.
So, yeah, he was just a pretty special cat. Yeah. So I really wanted to show that. The duck painting is a little bit unusual, and that was something that I guess most people have seen mother ducks and their little tiny fuzzy, like velvety looking, you know, babies. And when they swim, they're this helter-skelter little single file thing that kind of meanders. And I really wanted to capture all of that movement in this painting. So that's what that's all about. And the peony painting was done this year. A neighbor came to my door, knocked on the door with a pile of peonies, and I went, oh no, I have to paint these now. They're so beautiful. So the peonies were, I intended to paint them, so I painted some from life, but they don't last long. So I actually wrote an article about painting the peonies, and it's in this British art magazine. So I did an article about painting these peonies. So the article, it's really cool because it shows you the step-by-step of how to paint this painting.
Oh, very cool.
So
It's beautiful.
I thought that was really fun.
Hey, well, hello. Thank you for stopping by the booth. My name is Pedro Barbeto, and I'm the director of the Experimental Printmaking Institute. which is located on the campus of Lafayette College. So I have a joint position there. I teach art, and I'm also the director of a printmaking shop. We invite a variety of artists, some very successful, others beginning their careers, and they come over for residency programs. So we have them over for a week, up to a week, a day to a week, depending on how long they want to stay. And we work on a printmaking edition. So to my right, I know you can't see this, but to my right is a print by Kim Altamare. Kim Altamare recently graduated from the Yale School of Art in New Haven, and this was part of a fellowship with Yale that I started a few years ago, where a postgraduate comes over and works with us. They teach a course, so it's a way to kind of expand their art, expand their teaching experience. Behind me, there's a print by Philip Pearlstein, who is one of the most renowned figurative painters in the world, really. He's 96 now, I believe. He lived with Andy Warhol when he was a younger man. He's in every collection in the United States. Every museum. He's in fact in the Allentown Museum collection, I noticed. And this is a very complicated print. It involves screen printing, etching, woodcut, and so forth. So there's a Faith Ringgold painting who was recently hung next to the Picasso's Demoiselle d'Avignon in the Museum of Modern Art in New York City. So she's become, in the last few years, a very successful artist as well. And these over here, right behind me, are paintings by Michael Condell, who's a local artist. He lives in the Lehigh Valley, and he's a wonderful artist. Down here is a print. It's a broadside print by Sharon Olds and Sam Messer. And Sharon Olds is maybe the most celebrated American living poet currently. And you see her poem, Meeting a Stranger, and Sam's print next to it. So that's what I've brought to the Allentown Museum. I hope everyone enjoys it.
Hi, Anne.
Hi, Elise.
We are here at Cocktails and Collecting. I'm so excited to run into you here.
I'm excited to see you too, like you and the gang.
So I know this isn't your first time at Cocktails and Collecting. How many years have you been doing this?
I was just thinking of it earlier, and I think this is my 6th year. It's either my 5th or 6th year.
Okay, wonderful. What do you like about the event?
Oh, gosh, there's a lot of things I like about this event. I mean, first of all, it's just a real honor to be with so many really interesting artists. And I know so many of them and really respect their work and appreciate their work. So it's always, from an artist standpoint, it's just really nice to be involved. But it's also a really fun event because everybody here, is in the mood to have a good time and eat and drink and listen to music and buy art. So, it's just always fun too. And it supports the art museum. So what better thing to support?
Wonderful. Do you have any pieces that you brought with you tonight that you're really excited about?
Yeah, I am. I did a lot of work in preparation for this exhibit, and I did a number of pins that are sort of an ongoing series of the flower, fruit, and seed, which I think I talked about at one of your my interview with you.
Very good.
Yeah, and so those are always great to work on. They're like little sculptures to me, and they represent the stages of a woman's life. The flower, the fruit, and the seed. But I did some new necklaces with some of the plastics that my vintage plastics that I cast, over 30 years ago. And I don't really know what to call them. They're really just they're circles, kind of repeated circles, and they're carved plastic, and one is with silver, one is with copper. I really don't know how to describe them other than they're just carved plastic, and
that's great.
They sort of just overlap each other, so they're sort of stacked. They're those over there that, So those, I'm really excited about those. Those are a new takeoff on some of the things I've been doing.
Sure. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. I
Thank
hope you do well this
you.
evening, and thanks for chatting with us.
Yeah, thanks for being here. I hope you have a great night.
Thanks, you too.
Bye.
Welcome. This is your first Cocktails and Collecting.
Yes.
Very exciting.
Very nervous and excited.
What did you bring with you?
So some of the pieces I bought some of my other collections. A lot of them are new. They're black and white, gray, and they're showing the jazz of the 50s and 60s, how the jazz and blues scene. So it's like smoky blue acrylic paint. And then I have one I did with Miles Davis. So it's really it's trying to show the representation of music from 50s and 60s up to now. But then I also have a couple pieces that I've already done, like the beauty of our culture, Golden Owl. Some of them's abstracted with the copper paint in it, copper. And so that's what I bought tonight. So it's a few pieces over there.
Yeah, just a few, it sounds like.
Yeah, just a few. I had to cut it down.
Who did you bring with you this evening?
My beautiful wife, Jay, and my daughter, Asia, and my best friend, Kevin. My parents are coming, so they'll be here soon. So I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully I'll make some sales. If not, just networking.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'm excited to go look at your work.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thanks.
My name is Monica Salazar. I'm part of the Alternative Gallery. I do digital work and pencil on paper, but everything is digital. But this is Rob, and Rob is going to talk about Bilski's work.
So we're also here representing the work of Michael Bilski. He was a founding member of the Alternative Gallery. Recently passed away, so we are now taking care of his collection for him. So we brought out a variety of his work for the public to see. He is I guess you'd say a surrealist fantasy artist. Everything came, straight from his imagination, and has a really large body of work that unfortunately didn't get as much attention while he was around. So we're trying to really, share it with everyone while we can. And then also we do have the work of Johannes Cruz, another member of the Alternative Gallery, who has quite a bit of street art influence in his work, very abstract. And unfortunately, he couldn't join us here this evening, but we were still able to get our hands on some of his stuff to bring that out and to show everyone as well. This is actually our first Cocktails and Collecting. Oh, really? Yeah, so the Alternative Gallery has been around for about 10 years, but this is our first opportunity to really get a chance to partake in the event.
Oh, really cool. Well, welcome and good luck to you while you're here today, and it's nice to meet you.
Thank you very much. You too.
Anthony, would you welcome back to the show?
I brought a whole bunch of stuff here today. Just like my art, it's too much. I wanted to bring one central thing and then have a lot of other pieces orbit around it. And so I chose this piece right here. This is the last painting in my 8-part series called The Pilot Set. And it's a celebratory scene that I liken to Mardi Gras on Bourbon Street. In fact, I used an image of Bourbon Street as an inspiration for the background. And it's basically a festival scene, and I always point this central phrase out because it's kind of a motto of my life, and it says it's possible to have victory over death, and that's kind of like what I think art is, your victory over death, because this is going to live, hopefully, beyond me. And I wanted to make sure that my first appearance at Cocktails and Collecting included all the gamuts of my work. It would have been very easy for me to just put landscapes in or just put more animated stuff in, but I feel like that's not me completely.
Yeah, there's a lot of range here. Yeah.
On both sides, and so I want people to see that I can do a landscape, and I can do a crazy Bourbon Street celebratory scene, full of collage and animation. So and I wanted to also put some quiet pieces in, because sometimes people want something that's a little contemplative, and these are my Sea of Japan pieces, harkening back to when I almost drowned in Japan. I think I talked about that, when I almost drowned in the Sea of Japan. Did I not?
I don't think you did.
Did I not talk about that during our interview? See, no. I kind of buried the lead, didn't I? I didn't talk about all the good stuff. Yeah, I almost drowned in Japan. Yes. I tell the story that this Australian saved my life when I was there. and I was traumatized, but I gained a great respect. I gained a great respect for the ocean, and how indifferent it is to us. And one thing I remembered about that scene is that the sky and the water were the same color blue, so I couldn't tell where the horizon was. And that's the reason why I got in trouble. I didn't see the rip current because it was so close together.
And that's these two pieces down here.
That's those pieces down there.
Tell me a little bit about, you have this darker piece kind of out here.
Yes, that was kind of like my, I like nocturnes. It's a type of landscape painting style that it's not as popular. People like the nice sunny landscapes, but I like nocturnes. I like dark scenes, and I wanted to do a painting that was about night. And I wanted to go out there at a particular time. I wanted to go out there near midnight so I can capture like the darkest dark. And because this is the last painting in a 4-part series, it's actually included 5 pieces ultimately, but it was intended to be a 4-part seasonal series, so I did 1 painting every season. So this was fall, and so I thought instead of doing the beautiful fall foliage that everyone does, boring, yawn, I was like, the fall, scary, Halloween, So I was like, let me do something that's kind of creepy.
I love it.
A creepy little hillside,
Creepy little hillside.
And with a creepy moon. And I was like, this to me is like what Starry Night would be if it was painted today, Like a creepy little scene and not like a bucolic, star-filled, something that's like,
Is this a reflection of your mental state? Yes. I feel like that's the Starry Night inspiration.
Yeah. Starry Night for melancholic people.
Anthony Smith's anti-bucolic Starry Night.
Yeah, exactly. Painted with a palette knife.
Painting with a palette knife.
That's right.
Well, thank you so much
for your time.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Is this your first time at Cocktails and Collecting? No.
This is my first cocktails.
Oh my goodness. Well, congratulations. Well, wonderful. Thank you, Anthony.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
My name is Melissa R. Strom, and I'm the social media intern here. So I'm the person behind a lot of the Instagram stories and putting together a lot of the Instagram reels and just covering all of the events that we're doing here at the museum, like Cocktails and Collecting. And then I'm a fine artist as well myself. So it's really great to be a part of all these awesome art events. So I started interning in June. So I'm a student at Moravian and I'm a senior. So I'll be graduating. Actually, this December is my last semester there. I'm a painter, and most recently I've been working more with found objects and like assemblage pieces. So one of the pieces I did most recently for my honors thesis was I did a large-scale assemblage about Joji because I'm really into music as a big influence on my work, and also mental health as a big influence. So that was what my thesis was on. Thank you.
My name is Lauren Bradley, and I'm chair of the event this year, and I was chair of the event in 2019 as well. We didn't do it in 2020, obviously, but so yeah.
How long have you been involved with the Allentown Art Museum?
I have been involved with the Allentown Art Museum, I would say the last 4 or 5 years. I initially started with SODA. So I joined SODA, and that's how I became part of the museum. And then from there, I was part of Circle 31. And then, like I said, in 2019, I chaired the event. And so it's just been kind of a fun ride doing all that, different things.
That's awesome. Are you from the Lehigh Valley area?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay.
I'm actually from Bucks County.
Okay.
So
not too far away.
Yeah, not too far. But I really became involved in the area because my stepson lived up here in the area with his mom, so I was coming up a lot, and I would bring the kids up here and everything. So that's how we became really involved with it. And then I just loved SODA because it was like no other museum, like auxiliary, museum auxiliary that like I've ever heard of, where you got to be as involved with everything as you are. So I was like, this is super cool, and I wanted to do it. And I'm involved. I'm actually I work for an auction house, so that's what I do. My day job, lots of art. So it
sounds like a dream.
Yeah. So it was just a really good fit, and it was just really cool to get to be part of it, like from the museum side in that way.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. What do you love about Cocktails and Collecting?
I love how we can invite so many local artists in, and they have an opportunity to mingle with just people who are dedicated to the museum that are, coming to look at the art that's on display, but also kind of introducing them as collectors, because not all of them are. So I love that it's kind of that introduction and that relationship and people getting to really like buy art and get to meet. And so it's a nice kind of symbiotic back and forth. I like that. Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Lauren, so much. It was
thank
lovely,
you.
wonderful event. Great job.
Thanks. And nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
Yes, so my name is Svetlana Howells. I am a local jeweler. I have been a jewelry artist in this area for almost 40 years, I would say. My work is kind of unique because it's everything I make is one of a kind. So all the pieces, all the silver pieces are made through a fusing process. So there's actually, it's just connecting metal to metal. And I just developed a technique that allows me to do all these different textures. So I probably have forgotten more work than I'll ever make again. I recently started doing a silver over copper version of kind of the same thing, which are the colorful pieces here. So they're fun because they go with a lot of different things, and it's a different way of working with copper.
Well, my name, as you can see, Mary Klunk, or Mary Milan Klunk, I usually go by for artistic purposes. So anyway, I have my paintings here. I did a lot of painting during COVID because I had the time to do it. And so I have, this is my third time here, I believe, at Cocktails and Collecting. And so I'm excited to be here. It's a great event, really a fun event. And, brings people out, so that's good. And so, I do mostly landscapes, but some still lifes with landscapes in them. Mix it up a bit, so, yeah.
My name is Anne Elizabeth Schlegel, and my booth has some of my musical instrument paintings that I'm kind of known for, and my cocktail prints that I have 6 of them in print. And I'm selling little paintings, the 6x6s that I did, about 1,500 of those over the course of maybe 5 years. And so it's always great to be back at the Allentown Art Museum for Cocktails and Collecting. I've done it many, many times. And, it's one of the nicest events in Lehigh Valley. I have a gallery right up the street, 817 West Linden Street, called the Monterey. Kind of closed right now because, everything going on, and looking forward to opening up hopefully spring of next year. We'll see how it goes. I think Allentown is truly one of the most beautiful towns I've ever been in. They have I think the most parks in any town of its size in the nation. Beautiful West Park, Trexler Park, the Parkway. Lovely. It's a very pretty town, and now it's even getting more beautiful with all the building on Hamilton Street, and really it's getting better and better every year.
So I'm president of Society of the Arts, which is a volunteer organization that supports the Art Museum. So a lot of our members are here working tonight, helping out with this event. It's not an official fundraiser for us, it's really a museum fundraiser, but we support everything the museum does. So.
Yeah, that's wonderful. How long have you been involved with that organization?
Probably 11 or 12 years.
Nice. Very cool. And what do you like about Cocktails and Collecting? What's the draw for you?
I love being able to shop for art in an environment where someone has kind of pre-screened the art for me. So, I just come in and everything is pre-selected in a sense, and I get to just shop a variety of art styles, something to fit everyone. I have 3 pieces I'm picking up tonight.
So that's so exciting.
But yeah, it's just a great event. It's energizing to see people out here in the museum enjoying art, collecting art, appreciating art. So yeah, it's always a fun night.
Well, thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
My name is Jessica Young. I just bought a townhouse with Corey Lilly, my boyfriend.
Wonderful.
about 2 blocks away. Born and raised in the area, lived in New York City the past 12 years, moved back during the pandemic, met this guy on a dating app, and now it's happily ever after, and we're buying some art.
That's done. Best book I've ever read.
Okay. It's like a kid's book, right?
Thank you. I love it.
It's really
That's
short
great.
and to the point.
Great. So you've never been to a Cocktails and Collecting before, right?
No, I have not.
Wonderful. What do you think of the event so far?
It's awesome. We just got a painting by William Harmuth. Yeah, it's awesome. It's great actually to see such amazing art in this area. I've been around quite a bit, so I'm pretty impressed by what I see.
Yeah, that's great. Well, I'm so glad that you came out tonight, and thank you for talking with us.
Yeah, anytime.
Congrats on the new house.
Thank you.
How are you guys doing?
Good. How are you, Dominic?
I'm good. We're just hanging out. Lots of people. Great turnout tonight.
Yeah, this is
it's
a
awesome.
lovely event.
Yeah.
How many times have you done Cocktails and Collecting?
So one time before this one.
Okay.
In 2019.
Nice. Pre-pandemic.
Pre-pandemic.
Cocktails and
Yeah.
Collecting. Lovely.
Yeah.
What do you like about the event?
I love talking to people. Honestly, it's actually Ironically enough, it's really cool. No, because you figure like the majority of folks who are going to come to an event like this are art lovers.
Yeah. Right.
And it's always cool when someone expresses interest in something and wants to ask you a question.
Yeah.
You talk about it
Right.
as best you can.
Right. There's always common ground to talk
it
about.
is.
Wonderful.
So.
Is there anything that you brought with you this evening that you're like super excited about? All of it? None of it? Everything in between?
Well, I already showed you guys the top left one.
Mm-hmm.
No, the 3 tall vertical ones.
Yeah.
Those are pretty brand spanking new, and there's something about that vertical format that I'm kind of digging. Yeah, I've never done anything like that before, and so I think I might do more of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are those mounted on?
It's plywood.
Plywood.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's very similar to stuff that I talked to you guys about last time.
Yeah.
Like that one in the middle has slats of like reclaimed wood in the middle there in the bottom. And then just like the steel and stuff. That thing in the top is like an old like floor drain.
Oh my God.
That's sort of like embedded into the
That's
the
great.
heart. Yeah,
How
into
cool.
the piece.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I've seen quite a few reels featuring many of these on Instagram.
I'm sure you have. It's funny. That's awesome.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Great. And what are the titles of the 3 that are in the middle if people want to check them out on your feed?
All right. Well, we're getting
sorry.
it closer.
We all
'cause
gotta- we're all
'cause I
attached
can't
by
read.
microphones.
So
We gotta creep forward
the
a
first
little
one on the
bit.
left is 2 sets of cross tie straps. The one in the middle is called Assembled Composition 10-07-21. And the one on the right is called Assembled Composition 10-31-21.
Well, Dominic, thank you very much. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
your time, and I
Appreciate
hope
it.
you have a good night.
Thank you very
Thanks.
much. You guys are awesome.
Thanks for tuning in to our special episode of the Lehigh Valley Arts Podcast. This special episode is a part of our new sub-series, Lehigh Valley Arts Podcast Backstage, where we will be sharing exclusive behind-the-scenes content with our listeners.
Lehigh Valley Arts Podcast.
Backstage.